How to be your own priority. Focus on yourself and work hard. Look around you. Really look. What do you see? A world screaming for your attention? A constant cascade of notifications, expectations, and demands? Do you hear the relentless hum of busyness? The applause for always being on? The subtle pressure to live a life designed by everyone but you? Take another breath. Now listen. Can you hear a quieter voice? Your own? Or has it been drowned out? For many, the honest answer is, it's lost. We are living in an age of profound external noise, where our focus is pulled in 1,000 directions, and the most important direction, inward, is often the most neglected. We chase goals that aren't ours, react to dramas that don't concern us, and measure our worth by external validation rather than internal strength. We become incredibly skilled at navigating the demands of the world, but tragically unskilled at navigating the landscape of our own minds and needs. You might feel it, a low-grade exhaustion, a sense of drifting, a nagging feeling that something fundamental is missing. You might be successful by the world's standards, always busy, always available, always giving. But beneath the surface, you know the truth. You've spent too long living for everything and everyone except yourself. This isn't just about time management or productivity tips. It's about reclaiming your life from the forces that seek to control it. It's about recognizing that the most valuable asset you possess isn't your job title, your social circle, or your possessions. It's your own consciousness, your ability to choose where you place your energy, your power to decide what truly matters. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism offers a path through this modern chaos. It's not about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent. It's about building an unshakable inner core, about finding tranquility amidst turmoil, and about focusing intensely on the one thing you can control, your own self. This isn't easy. It requires courage to look inward, discipline to resist external pulls, and patience to build lasting change. But it is the only path to a life that is truly yours. Stay until the end, because I'm not just going to talk about these ideas. We will create a simple, step-by-step plan on how to apply this ancient wisdom to your life, starting today. Let's begin by understanding the forces working against you. We put a lot of hours into this animated video, so if you want to support our new channel, please like this video, subscribe, and push the notification bell so you don't miss our new videos. Let's begin. Part 1. The world hijacks your mind. Imagine your attention as a precious, limited resource, like clean water in a desert. Now imagine everyone around you has a straw, constantly trying to suck from your supply. Social media, news headlines, endless notifications, other people's problems, advertising. They are all vying for your water. They don't care if you're left parched, they just want their share. In this era of constant connectivity, your mind is under siege. Before you're even fully awake, the phone is in your hand and the external world floods in. A notification here, a headline there, a stream of fleeting images, each a tiny straw drawing from your mental well. This isn't accidental. The systems designed to capture your attention are incredibly sophisticated. They trigger primal parts of your brain, creating craving loops that keep you hooked. Every swipe, every refresh, every tiny piece of information delivers a micro-hit, training your brain to seek constant novelty and external stimulation. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who lived as a slave, knew the value of mental freedom centuries before the internet existed. He warned against giving away your most precious possession, your mind, to anyone who comes along. He saw that true freedom wasn't about physical chains, but about mastering one's inner world, refusing to let external forces dictate one's thoughts and reactions. Yet, today, we hand over our minds willingly. We scroll for hours, consuming information we don't need, engaging in arguments we can't win, comparing ourselves to curated realities. We become experts in the lives of strangers and the dramas of the world, while our own inner lives wither from neglect. The cost is immense. Your ability to focus deeply, to think critically, to engage with complex tasks, the very skills needed to build a meaningful life, are eroded. Your mental energy is scattered, leaving little left for the things that truly matter: your goals, your relationships, your well-being, yourself. This isn't a moral failing. It's a consequence of living in a hyper-stimulated environment. But recognizing it is the first step to reclaiming control. Your attention is your power. Where you direct it determines the quality of your life. If you let the world dictate your focus, you will live a life dictated by the world. Reclaiming your mind starts with conscious resistance. It means creating boundaries, deciding what gets access to your mental space, and training your focus like a muscle. It means understanding that not reacting, not consuming, not engaging with every external pull is an act of profound self-preservation and a cornerstone of building your inner strength. Your mind is not a public square for every passing thought or external demand to gather. It is your inner sanctuary. It is time to put up the gates. Part 2, time leaks through your fingers. We live in a culture obsessed with busyness. "I'm so busy" has become a badge of honor, a shorthand for importance. But often, busyness is just distraction in disguise. We fill our days to the brim, leaving no space for reflection, for focused work on our deepest desires, or simply for being. Think about the last time you said, "I don't have enough time." Was it true? Or were you simply not prioritizing where your time went? The reality is, we all have the same 24 hours. The difference lies in how we choose to spend them. And for many, those precious hours are leaking away, unnoticed, into the endless sea of triviality. Consider the moments scattered throughout your day, the few minutes waiting in line, the pause between tasks, the time after work before bed. How are these moments spent? Are they mindlessly scrolling, passively consuming entertainment, or getting lost in minor distractions? If you add up these small leaks throughout the day, the week, the year, you discover a shocking truth. You are giving away vast amounts of time that could be invested in yourself, your growth, your future. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, constantly reminded himself of the fleeting nature of time. Despite the immense weight of ruling an empire, facing wars, and managing crises, he found time each day to write, to reflect, to strengthen his mind. He understood that time, once gone, is irretrievable. He saw each day not as a scramble to react to external events, but as an opportunity to live deliberately, to align his actions with his highest values, and to deepen his understanding of himself and the world. He wasn't exempt from demands, far from it. Yet, he prioritized his inner life, his philosophical practice, his focused reflection. This wasn't selfish. It was essential for him to lead effectively and live meaningfully. Today, the distractions are far more insidious than those Marcus faced. Our phones, our constant connectivity, the expectation of instant availability, they fragment our attention and steal our time in small, almost invisible increments. We feel busy, but we lack focus. We are active, but we make little meaningful progress on the things that would truly enrich our lives. Reclaiming your time isn't about becoming a productivity machine. It's about becoming intentional. It's about recognizing where your time is going and consciously redirecting it towards what matters most to you. It's about understanding that every wasted moment is a moment not spent building the life you truly want. This requires vigilance. It requires saying no to the easy distractions and yes to the quiet, often challenging work of focused effort. It requires treating your time as a valuable currency and choosing carefully where you invest it. Did you know that if you are currently watching this video, you are probably a visual learner? Before we get into the next part, wouldn't it be better if you had an app specially designed for visual learners like you? That's exactly what BookWatch offers. We have animated book summaries of the best non-fiction and Stoicism books like The Daily Stoic, The Obstacle is the Way, and many more. You can watch animated videos like the one you are currently watching and also ask our AI how to specifically apply each book to your life. Check out the BookWatch app in the first link in the description below. Now, let's continue. Part 3. Living through others' eyes. Think about the last significant decision you made. Why did you make it? Was it driven by your own deeply held values and desires? Or was it subtly, or not so subtly, influenced by what others might think, say, or expect? We are social creatures, and the need for acceptance and belonging is deeply ingrained. But in the modern world, this natural inclination is amplified and exploited. Social media encourages constant performance and comparison. The pressure to conform to external standards of success, appearance, lifestyle is immense. We become acutely aware of how we are perceived, and often we start living our lives to manage that perception rather than to satisfy our own internal compass. This manifests in countless ways. Saying yes to social events you don't want to attend, choosing career paths that impress others but leave you unfulfilled, making purchases to signal status, staying silent when you should speak up for fear of disapproval. We become chameleons, constantly adjusting our colors to fit the environment until we lose sight of our own true shade. Epictetus spoke frequently about external things, reputation, status, the opinions of others, being outside of our control and therefore ultimately unimportant to our well-being. He argued that true freedom comes from realizing that your worth is not dependent on external validation. Your value as a human being is inherent. It does not increase or decrease based on what others think of you. Yet, we give immense power to external opinions. We crave likes, approval, praise. We fear criticism, judgment, rejection. This fear drives many of our actions, leading us to make choices that are safe, expected, and ultimately soul-crushing. We build lives that look good on the outside but feel hollow within. The energy spent seeking external validation is energy diverted from building internal strength. The time spent worrying about what others think is time not spent becoming the person you want to be. When you live through others' eyes, you grant them the power to define you, to limit you, and to steer you away from your own path. Reclaiming your life means shifting your locus of evaluation inward. It means defining success on your own terms, based on your values and your efforts, not on external metrics or applause. It means having the courage to disappoint others if it means being true to yourself. This doesn't mean becoming arrogant or dismissive of others. It means understanding that genuine connection comes from showing up authentically, not from presenting a curated, people-pleasing version of yourself. It means recognizing that the only opinion that truly matters in the grand scheme of building your life is your own informed judgment. The journey to self-priority begins with this fundamental shift, stopping the outward gaze for validation and starting the inward journey of self-discovery and self-reliance. Part 4. Build your inner wall. Okay, we've looked at some of the forces pulling you away from yourself. The hijacking of your mind, the leaking of your time, the pressure of external validation. It sounds overwhelming, perhaps even hopeless, but this is precisely where Stoicism offers its profoundest lesson: the power of the inner citadel. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, speaks repeatedly of this inner fortress, a place within yourself that is impenetrable to external misfortunes, insults, or chaos. It's not a physical place, but a state of mind, a core of strength and clarity built through philosophical practice. The Stoics understood that while you cannot control external events, the weather, other people's actions, the state of the world, you have ultimate control over your inner world, your thoughts, your judgments, your intentions, and your reactions. This is the one domain where you are sovereign. Building this inner wall means becoming discerning about what you allow into your mind. It means training yourself to observe your thoughts and reactions without automatically identifying with them or being swept away by them. It means recognizing that suffering often comes not from events themselves, but from our interpretation of them, our stories about them. Think of it like a filter or a shield. When noise and negativity from the external world batter against you, your inner wall helps you distinguish between what is truly within your sphere of influence, your response, and what is not, the external event. Instead of being tossed about by every wave of chaos, you become anchored by your inner resolve. This wall isn't built overnight. It's constructed brick by brick through consistent practice. Each time you pause before reacting to an annoying email, each time you choose not to engage in pointless gossip, each time you bring your wandering mind back to the task at hand, you are adding strength to your inner fortress. It means cultivating emotional resilience, not by suppressing emotions, but by understanding their nature and refusing to let them dictate your actions in a way that harms your long-term well-being. It means grounding yourself in reason and virtue, using them as your compass when external winds threaten to blow you off course. Your inner world is your most important territory. If it is chaotic, permeable, and easily influenced, your life will reflect that chaos. If it is orderly, protected, and resilient, you can face the inevitable storms of life with greater calm and effectiveness. Building your inner wall is an act of profound self-care and self-priority. It declares that your peace of mind, your clarity of thought, and your internal stability are non-negotiable. It is the foundation upon which you build a life that is truly your own, independent of the world's whims. Part 5. Master your attention's focus. Following from building your inner wall, the next crucial step is mastering where you point your attention. If your mind is a fortress, your attention is the guard at the gate, deciding what gets let in and what is kept out. But for most of us, that guard is asleep, letting everything and anything wander in. Your attention is like a spotlight. Wherever you shine it, that area is illuminated and your energy flows towards it. If you constantly shine your spotlight on worries about the future, regrets about the past, the annoying habits of others, or the endless stream of distracting information, that is where your mental energy will be consumed. Little light or energy will be left for the path right in front of you, the path of building yourself and your life. Modern society is designed to scatter your attention. Apps, websites, entertainment, they all use sophisticated techniques to pull your spotlight in countless directions. They thrive on fragmentation, keeping you jumping from one shallow piece of information to the next. This constant switching prevents deep focus, making it difficult to engage in the sustained effort required for meaningful work or growth. Epictetus warned against being tossed about by every external impression. He understood that true mental discipline lay in choosing what to attend to and what to ignore. His teachings emphasize the power of directing your mind towards what is within your control and worthy of your focus, and deliberately turning away from what is not. Mastering your attention isn't about having Herculean willpower. It's about creating systems and practices that support focused attention. It's like training an unruly puppy. You need patience, consistency, and clear boundaries. It means recognizing the moments when your attention is being hijacked, the automatic urge to check your phone, the drift into irrelevant thoughts during a task, the compulsion to seek out news or gossip that only agitates you. In those moments, you practice gently but firmly, bringing your spotlight back to your chosen object of focus. This could be the task at hand, a conversation, a moment of quiet reflection, or simply observing your breath. The key is conscious redirection. Each time you choose to focus on what you deem important, despite the pull of distraction, you strengthen your capacity for sustained attention. Practical steps can support this. Turning off notifications, scheduling focused work blocks, creating distraction-free environments, practicing mindfulness or meditation, which are essentially attention training exercises. When you master your attention, you gain control over where your energy flows. You become less reactive to external stimuli and more proactive in directing your inner resources towards your goals and values. You move from being a passive consumer of whatever the world throws at you to being an active architect of your own experience. Your ability to focus is a superpower in today's fragmented world. It is the key to learning deeply, working effectively, and engaging meaningfully with your life. Reclaiming your attention is a fundamental act of self-priority. Part 6. Do it, don't announce. We live in a time of constant performance and announcement. We share our intentions, our aspirations, our beginnings with the world, often before we've even taken significant action. We announce the workout plan, the diet, the book we're going to write, the business we're going to start. There's a subtle trap here. When you publicly declare your intentions, you often receive positive feedback, encouragement, praise, validation. This external recognition can feel good. It provides a sense of progress, a mini reward. But this reward can inadvertently sap the internal motivation needed to do the actual, often difficult work. Your mind gets a taste of the satisfaction associated with achievement simply by talking about it. Epictetus was blunt. Don't boast about what you're going to do. Do it and let it show. He understood the power of quiet, consistent effort, undertaken for its own sake, not for external applause. He valued the internal satisfaction of progress and integrity over the fleeting recognition of others. Think about the great builders and creators throughout history. Leonardo da Vinci didn't live-stream his painting process. He labored in silence for years on the Mona Lisa. The ancient philosophers didn't tweet their insights. They debated, wrote, and refined their ideas over decades. Their focus was on the work, the process, the result, not the immediate fanfare. Today, the temptation to seek external validation is immense. Every platform encourages you to share, to curate, to perform. It's easy to get caught in the cycle of announcing intentions, seeking praise, and then failing to follow through because the initial motivational spark has been diluted by premature recognition. Choosing to work in silence is an act of self-respect and discipline. It means you are doing the work because it is important to you, because it aligns with your goals and values, not because you seek external validation. It means finding satisfaction in the process, in the small daily steps forward, in the internal knowledge that you are putting in the effort. This isn't about secrecy, it's about prioritizing internal motivation and tangible progress over external perception. It's about letting your results speak for themselves rather than trying to convince others of your intentions. When you stop announcing and start doing, several powerful things happen. You protect your nascent goals from external doubt or premature judgment. You build internal resilience by relying on your own commitment, not external approval. And you experience the profound satisfaction that comes from genuine achievement, earned through quiet, focused effort. Let your actions be your announcement. Let the progress you make, seen or unseen by others, be your primary source of motivation. The world doesn't need to know your plans, it needs to see your results. This focus on action over announcement is a vital practice for building a life that is truly yours, based on substance rather than performance. Part 7. Welcome discomfort's fire. Growth is rarely comfortable. Think about building physical strength. It requires stressing your muscles, pushing past the point of ease, enduring the burn. Mental and personal growth are no different. They require stepping outside the familiar, facing challenges, and enduring discomfort. Yet, our natural inclination is to seek comfort and avoid pain. We gravitate towards what is easy, safe, and predictable. We stay in unsatisfying jobs because they are familiar, avoid difficult conversations because they are uncomfortable, and postpone pursuing our dreams because the path is uncertain and challenging. Epictetus's wisdom rings true here. Don't wish that things happen as you want them to, but wish that you happen as they happen, and you will be happy. A more active interpretation relevant here is, don't wish for an easy path, wish for the strength to walk a difficult one. The Stoics didn't shy away from hardship. They saw it as an opportunity to practice their philosophy, to test their inner strength, and to build resilience. They understood that virtue and character are forged in the crucible of challenge, not in the lap of luxury. Discomfort is often a signpost, pointing directly towards the edge of your current capabilities. Stepping into that discomfort is how you expand those capabilities. The fear, the awkwardness, the struggle, these are not signs that you are on the wrong path, but often indicators that you are on the path of growth. Consider training for a marathon, learning a new skill, or starting a business. The initial stages are invariably uncomfortable. Your body aches, your mind fumbles, doubt creeps in. If you retreat at the first sign of discomfort, you never progress. But if you lean into it, understanding that this is part of the process, you build not just skill or endurance, but also mental toughness. Science supports this ancient wisdom. Pushing yourself outside your comfort zone in manageable doses triggers neurochemical changes that build resilience and adaptability in the brain. You are literally training your capacity to handle future challenges. The danger lies not in facing discomfort, but in constantly avoiding it. When you habitually choose the easy path, you train your mind to shrink from challenges. Your comfort zone becomes a cage, limiting your potential and trapping you in a life of stagnation. Reclaiming your life requires actively seeking out productive discomfort. It means choosing the challenging task over the easy one, initiating the difficult conversation, practicing the skill you're terrible at, getting up early to work on your passion project, or simply enduring the silence without reaching for your phone. Start small. Take a cold shower for a few seconds. Walk a little further than usual. Read a dense article. Speak up in a meeting even if you're nervous. Each small act of choosing discomfort over ease is a victory, a brick added to your mental resilience. Learn to distinguish between productive discomfort, the healthy struggle of growth, and destructive pain, which signals harm. The first is a teacher, the second, a warning. The discomfort of effort, focus, and facing fear is temporary. The regret of an unlived life is enduring. Welcome the fire, it will strengthen you. Part 8. Find peace being alone. In a world that encourages constant connection and social validation, being alone can feel like a punishment, a sign of failure or loneliness. We fill every quiet moment with noise, scrolling, listening, watching, anything to avoid being left with just ourselves. But the ability to be truly alone and to find peace and even joy in your own company is a superpower. It is a cornerstone of self-reliance and a vital practice for self-priority. If you cannot stand to be alone with yourself, how can you expect to know yourself, to understand your deepest values, or to hear the quiet voice of your own intuition amidst the external clamor? Seneca, another prominent Stoic, wrote about the importance of solitude, not as a retreat from the world entirely, but as a necessary practice for self-reflection and strengthening the mind. He believed that a mind constantly in the company of others, constantly reacting and adapting, loses its own firmness. Nothing is more powerful, he said, than a mind that relies on itself. He didn't advocate for permanent isolation, but for intentional time spent in introspection, free from external influence. It was in these moments of solitude that one could examine one's thoughts, refine one's judgments, and connect with one's inner philosophical principles. Today, the fear of being alone is so prevalent that studies have shown people would rather administer electric shocks to themselves than sit quietly with their own thoughts for a short period. This highlights a disturbing truth. Many of us are deeply uncomfortable in our own presence. This discomfort often stems from the fact that when the external noise fades, we are left with our own thoughts, our own anxieties, our own unresolved issues. Running from solitude is often running from oneself. Learning to be alone is not about becoming a hermit. It's about cultivating a healthy relationship with yourself. It's about discovering that your own company is enough, that you are whole and complete even without external stimulation or validation. It's about building an internal world so rich and engaging that you don't constantly need external inputs to feel alive. Practice intentional solitude. Turn off your devices. Go for a walk without headphones. Sit quietly for 15 minutes. Eat a meal alone and just focus on the experience. At first, it might feel awkward, perhaps even uncomfortable. Your mind might race, urging you to seek distraction. This is the moment to lean in, to observe without judgment, to simply be with yourself. As you become more comfortable in solitude, you will find clarity. You will hear the quiet whispers of your own desires and insights. You will develop a stronger sense of self, less dependent on external opinions. You will gain the freedom to choose connection and company from a place of strength and preference, rather than neediness or fear of being alone. Valuing your own company is perhaps the most fundamental act of self-priority. It declares that you are enough, that your inner world is worthy of attention, and that you are the anchor of your own life. Part 9. Guard your vital energy. Imagine your personal energy, physical, mental, emotional, as a finite supply you receive each day. How are you spending it? Are you investing it wisely, or is it being siphoned off by things that don't truly matter? We often think of energy in purely physical terms: sleep, food, exercise, but our mental and emotional energy is just as crucial and often more easily depleted by external noise and unnecessary engagement. Consider how much energy is wasted on things outside your control. Worrying about hypothetical future problems, dwelling on past slights, engaging in pointless arguments, getting agitated by news headlines you can't influence, or taking on other people's emotional burdens as your own. Each of these drains your vital energy, leaving you depleted for the things that truly deserve your focus and effort, like building your own life, nurturing your important relationships, or working on your goals. The Stoics understood the importance of carefully choosing where to invest their mental and emotional resources. They focused intensely on what was within their control, their own thoughts and actions, and practiced acceptance or indifference towards what was not. This wasn't apathy, it was a strategic allocation of energy. Why waste precious internal resources fighting against reality or engaging in battles that cannot be won? Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself not to be disturbed by the actions of others, recognizing that their behavior was their own concern outside of his control. He focused his energy on maintaining his own integrity and rational judgment. Seneca warned against the draining effects of anger and resentment, seeing them as chains that bound you to the very people or situations you disliked. Today, our energy is under constant assault from the external world. The pressure to react to every provocation, to have an opinion on every issue, to engage with every drama is immense. Social media, in particular, is an energy-sapping machine, designed to keep you emotionally stirred up and engaged with things that rarely contribute positively to your life. Reclaiming your energy requires conscious discernment and strategic withdrawal. It means recognizing when your energy is being drained unnecessarily and choosing to disengage. It means practicing indifference, not caring, towards things that don't genuinely impact your well-being or that you cannot influence. Ask yourself, is engaging with this adding value to my life or just draining my energy? Is this something I can actually do something about, or am I just fueling anxiety? Is this drama mine to own, or does it belong to someone else? Learning to say no to requests, to invitations, to arguments, to unnecessary information is a crucial act of energy conservation. It's not selfish, it's essential for maintaining the resources needed to prioritize yourself and contribute meaningfully where you can make a difference. Your energy is your power source. Guard it fiercely. Direct it intentionally towards the things that align with your values and goals. When you stop leaking energy on the irrelevant, you have more left for the essential. Building your own life, strengthening your own mind, and becoming the person you aspire to be. This conscious guarding of your energy is a fundamental pillar of self-priority. Part 10. Train your focus daily. We've talked about the hijacking of your mind, the scattering of your attention, and the importance of directing your focus. Now, let's address the how. Like any muscle, your ability to focus and direct your mind doesn't improve by simply understanding its importance. It improves through consistent, deliberate training. Your mind, if left untrained, becomes a slave to external stimuli and habitual thought patterns. It will wander, get distracted, fall into loops of worry or judgment, and react automatically to whatever the world throws at it. To make yourself a priority, you must take conscious control of your inner landscape. Marcus Aurelius saw his philosophical practice, including journaling and reflection, as a daily training regimen for his mind. He didn't just read about Stoicism, he applied it, constantly checking his judgments, redirecting his thoughts, and preparing himself to face challenges with reason and composure. He understood that the quality of his life depended directly on the quality of his thoughts, and that improving his thoughts required relentless practice. Training your mind isn't about forcing it into rigid submission. It's about cultivating awareness and gently, persistently directing it towards what you choose to focus on. It's like teaching your attention to heal. It will wander, but with practice, you can bring it back more quickly and reliably. Modern life actively works against sustained focus. We are conditioned for constant switching and immediate gratification. Breaking this conditioning requires intentional effort, but the payoff is immense. Greater clarity, improved productivity on meaningful tasks, reduced anxiety from being less susceptible to distractions and worries, and a stronger sense of agency over your inner state. Start small. Dedicate specific blocks of time to focused work or activity, free from distractions. Even 15 to 20 minutes of uninterrupted focus on a single task can be transformative. Practice bringing your attention back whenever you notice it wandering, without self-criticism. Simply acknowledge the distraction and redirect your focus. Mindfulness meditation, even for a few minutes a day, is essentially attention training. It teaches you to observe your thoughts without getting carried away by them and to gently return your focus to your chosen anchor, like your breath. Another powerful practice is focused reflection or journaling, as Marcus Aurelius did. Spend a few minutes each day deliberately thinking about your values, your goals, the challenges you face, and how you can apply your principles. This trains your mind to engage with meaningful internal content rather than just reacting to external noise. Consciously choose what you consume. Select inputs that challenge and enrich your mind, books, thoughtful articles, educational content, over those that merely entertain or agitate, endless scrolling, sensational news. You are training your mind with everything you consume and everything you focus on. Your mind is your most powerful tool for building a life of purpose and fulfillment, but it is a tool that requires sharpening and directing. If you don't actively train it, it will be trained by the chaotic, distracting forces of the external world, and it will lead you wherever they want you to go, not where you want to go. Making yourself a priority requires consistent mental training. It requires showing up each day and consciously choosing to direct your focus, guard your thoughts, and strengthen your inner capacity. This daily practice is the engine that drives all other change. Your step-by-step plan. We've explored the challenges of living in a noisy, demanding world and how ancient Stoic wisdom offers a path to reclaiming your focus and making yourself a priority. The problem is clear. External forces constantly pull us away from our inner selves, hijacking our minds, stealing our time, and draining our energy. The solution lies in turning inward, building our inner strength, and intentionally directing our most precious resources, our attention, time, and energy, towards what truly matters, ourselves. But knowing is not enough. True change comes from action, from consistent practice. Here is a simple, step-by-step plan to begin applying these principles and make yourself a priority, starting today. Step 1. Create space and ask the core question. Action. Dedicate 10 to 15 minutes today to be completely alone and undisturbed. Turn off your phone or put it in another room. Sit quietly. Reflection. In this space, ask yourself, what truly matters to me right now, beneath all the noise and expectations? Listen to the quiet answer. What have you been neglecting in yourself? What brings you genuine peace or fulfillment that you aren't making time for? Step 2. Implement attention barriers. Action. Choose one digital distraction. You will limit today. This could be turning off all non-essential notifications on your phone, deleting a time-wasting app, even temporarily, or deciding not to check social media for the first hour after waking up. Principle. This guards your inner wall from constant external intrusion and practices directing your attention consciously. Step 3. Schedule your priority first. Action. Look at your schedule for the next day or two. Find just 30 minutes you can dedicate solely to something that serves you based on Step 1. This could be exercise, reading, learning a skill, quiet reflection, working on a personal project, or even just a walk in nature. Schedule it like any other important appointment. Principle. This declares that your time and self-care are valuable and non-negotiable. Step 4. Practice. Do it, don't announce, on a small scale. Action. Choose one small task or goal you want to accomplish in the next 24 hours. This could be writing 200 words, doing a 15-minute workout, completing one lesson of an online course, or tidying one specific area. Do this task without telling anyone you are going to do it. Principle. This trains you to rely on internal motivation and find satisfaction in the action itself. Step 5. Seek a moment of intentional discomfort. Action. Choose one small thing that pushes you slightly outside your comfort zone today. This could be taking a cold shower for 15 seconds, initiating a conversation you usually avoid, trying a new challenging task, or postponing a reward. Principle. This builds mental resilience and teaches you that discomfort is a signal for growth, not failure. Step 6. Filter. External noise with discernment. Action. The next time you encounter something external that causes you irritation, anger, or anxiety, a news headline, a social media post, someone else's problem, pause for 10 seconds. Ask yourself, does this truly require my energy or reaction right now? Is this within my control? If the answer is no, consciously choose to let it go and redirect your attention. Principle. This guards your vital energy and strengthens your inner citadel against unnecessary external drama. Step 7. Practice mindful awareness, daily training. Action. For 5 minutes at some point today, while walking, eating, or sitting, simply observe your thoughts without judgment. Notice where your mind goes. When it wanders, gently bring your attention back to the present moment or your breath. This is not meditation. It's just practicing observing and redirecting your focus. Principle. This trains your mind to be more aware and more controllable, building your capacity for sustained focus. This plan is simple, not easy. It requires conscious effort and consistent practice. You will falter, your mind will wander, external demands will press in. But each time you return to these steps, each time you choose to prioritize yourself and train your mind, you are strengthening your inner core and reclaiming your life. Making yourself a priority isn't a destination, it's a journey, a daily practice of choosing where to direct your attention, how to spend your time, and who you choose to be amidst the noise of the world. The world will continue to scream for your attention. Your task is to listen to the quieter, more powerful voice within. Start today. The only person waiting for you is yourself. If you like this video and you want to support our new channel, please like this video, subscribe, and push the notification bell so you don't miss our new videos.